Hello friends, in this video we are going to look at HTML5 radio button input type. The input tag specified with radio type attribute will display the radio button. So type attribute we specify with the radio value and it will display the radio button. Like checkbox control, user can check or uncheck a radio button. When user submits the form, values of the radio button, that means the checked radio button, will be sent to the web browser control. In the form under a radio group, user can check only one radio button. If there are multiple groups, user can select one radio button in each group. Here you can see an example. The type is radio here. Name is RAD residence, value is French, and checked attribute tells that by default make this radio button as checked. So here we specified type equal to radio, right? So when that's the case, you can create various input element and you can give same name to the input elements. So when the name are same, let's assume that here RAD residence, you are seeing one input tag, right? If we have one more input tag with name RAD residence and value instead of French, Italian, then there are two radio button under the residence group with value French and Italian, right? So beside input of type radio is shown. The value attribute sends the string to server when the radio was in ticked state. So this happens while you submit the form. The checked attribute is used to set default value. So here if you want to display the radio button in checked state, then use this attribute. I mean, so checked equal to, within double quotes you can specify a checked attribute. So this if you doesn't specify this, the browser will think that the radio button is unchecked. Also remember, you can set only one as checked to adhere to the rule of a radio group. The name attribute groups the radio button, which we already talked here. So in the example also you will see. Let's go to the example. Here if you see, we have a form. Inside the form we have two group, and you can look at that by name RAD residence. So there are 4 radio button, then name is RAD6. There are 3 radio button, totally 7 radio buttons. 4 forms one group under RAD residence and the other 3 forms one more group under RAD6. So the values are English, French, Japanese and Indian. So that's the value for the residence. So user can pick one from here. Similarly, user can pick either male, female or other as a sex. Now let us render this in a browser. And if you see, by default French is selected. Here by default female is selected. Before we submit the query, if you see, if I click some other radio button, it automatically deselects the previous one. So now we are in English. So I'm clicking Japanese. It automatically deselects the English and places a check mark in Japanese. So if it were a checkbox, you can select multiple. So instead of residence, if it is a language is known, then you can place checkboxes. Here we used a radio button and 6 also the same. And if you see, I can select 2 radio button because this falls under one group and these 3 falls under the group 6. Now if I submit it, it will submit 2 values. One is from RAD residence, then another one is from the RAD6. That's all here in this example. Thank you for watching. Bye.